Welcome to Show's World Gamers, Josh here, and today are we in for a treat. I am super excited about this. We are once again visiting Universal Orlando in this video to the world's newest theme park, Epic Universe, and we're going to ride a ride that, well, people are comparing to some of the best rides in the world. All right, and that's the ride right there. We're going to be riding today Harry Potter and the Battles of the Ministry, the newest Harry Potter ride that, well, you can ride right now in Epic Universe. And this ride is being compared to some of the best rides in the world. Rides like Rise of the Resistance at Disneyland and Disney World, Jurassic World Adventures in Beijing, and Pirates of the Caribbean in Shanghai. If you've ever seen the Shanghai version of that, it is on a whole nother level. But this ride is being talked as one of the best rides in the world like that. It kind of mixes a lot to it, and you know, no 3D glasses. That's a good thing here. There's no 3D glasses involved, but people are giving this ride high praise, and I'm super excited to finally get to check it out. And so we are entering the Metro Flu. Now, this version of the Wizarding World that is in Epic Universe actually is in France, but this is the Battle for the Ministry of Magic in London. So, you know, in Harry Potter fashion, we're entering the Flu Network. That's right, we got to go through the Flu Network and get to London to actually experience this ride. So that's a really cool theming that they put in here. All right, so we are going to go through the full queue here, and we'll have a little bit of commentary, kind of discuss the queue and stuff like that. And then at the end, we're going to ride the ride. I will keep my mouth shut as we ride the ride. We're not going to say anything. We're just going to check it out and experience that ride together in first person. And I'm pretty excited because it looks fantastic. There's a ton of artwork. There's a ton of hidden stuff to find here in this queue. This is a very long queue. And hey, if you love that moment in Rise of the Resistance when you walk in and there's the stormtroopers and the big open area, there's a part of this queue that I think it even surpasses that. And that's where we're going to head right now. All right, and there is the flues, the fireplaces that we got to go through. And here we go. All right, say it. Ministry of Magic, you got to say it clear. All right, here we go. And we're coming out the other end of the fireplace into the Ministry of Magic. And look at this room. This is absolutely stunning. And this is just, keep turning. The more you turn, the more impressive it gets. Look at that. This looks like an exact replica of what we see in, you know, the Deathly Hallows. Man, it looks super impressive. In Order of the Phoenix, a big battle takes place in this area right here. And right there you see the statue in the middle. If you guys remember, in the Deathly Hallows, they actually, once the Dark Wizards had taken over, that statue changed, and there were some wizards up on top and a bunch of house elves holding them up. And they said they were in their rightful place. But that now has changed post the Deathly Hallows Ministry of Magic. So this does take place after the movies ended. The kids, Harry Potter, Hermione, and Ron, are grown up. And there is the villain right there. That's right. Dolores Umbridge. Man, what can you say about her? The evil, pink-wearing, cat-loving, you know, just horrible person that we were introduced to in the Order of the Phoenix. All right, but this is just absolutely stunning. And I've heard interviews with, you know, some of the actors from the movies and stuff like that, and they said that this far blows away this area right here. You know, the sets that they had, the sets were nothing compared to this. They didn't build out the whole thing like this, so this is very impressive. I mean, I could just spend probably a whole day in here just looking around and checking it out and looking for Easter eggs and stuff like that. But we do need to move on through the queue. The details are super impressive here. Dolores Umbridge stands trial today. All right, so that's why we are at the ministry today, is because Dolores is finally getting sentenced. She has her day in court, and we want to be there to experience. And there's going to be some other familiar faces that are here today at the ministry to experience that too, to see if she gets her just due. But as you can probably guess, and everything's not going to go as smooth as we expect. All right, so here we go. We are starting to move further and deeper into this absolutely just huge queue. The queue for this ride is very large. Now, this is a preview event, and this does come to us from Theme Park Shark. I'll put a link to his account in the description for this video, so definitely check him out, Theme Park Shark. He has a lot of really cool theme park videos, especially in the Orlando area. And you saw there, we saw a wanted poster there. So there are wanted posters of Death Eaters. We saw Caro there. We see Yaxley there. I believe both of those characters were introduced in the Goblet of Fire. And I believe they were characters that were fought by Harry and the Order of the Phoenix in the Order of the Phoenix movie at the Ministry of Magic, but they are all wanted now as they are known Death Eaters. And look at this. I love all the pictures, how they move around. Super cool. All right, we'll keep moving through the queue. All right, and so this room here, this has a bunch of pictures of I believe they're past ministers of magic, because we do see some familiar ones up there. And check out that bust. It talks. You know, some of the pictures, the characters will start moving around. If you look close, they're slightly rocking back and forth. That's just such a cool thing in the wizarding world, the paintings and stuff like that, how they actually move and interact and stuff like that. It really adds to the world, and it really adds to the queue. Now, this part here is probably my least favorite part of the queue for the ride. We have what looks like a bunch of papers that were dropped, and it's supposed to be some kind of machine that's bewitched as a cleaning machine, I guess, that's cleaning it up, and it's got kind of that old-timey look. But to me, I don't think magic when I see this. I almost think like robot. Like, it looks more like a robot. So, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of that little thing right there, but it's still cool. It's still cool. And look at the detail on this queue, though. The walls, the lights. You know, I like how the ceilings are super high. It gives you even more of a sense of how big this area is. Cleaning in progress. You see it there. All right, we'll keep moving through the queue. This is a very long queue, and once this was a preview event that Theme Park Shark was at, so the queues, this is going to be a very long wait for this ride, but from what I've heard, it's absolutely worth it. We got a Ministry of Magic speaker.
During the trial of Dolores Umbridge, any unauthorized use is strictly prohibited.
All right, so we are now in a locker room. That's right, there's lockers. You see 3 lockers that are open there. This is actually the Aurors locker room. So Aurors are the wizards that work for the Ministry that actually hunt down and battle the dark wizards. And we got 3 open lockers here with a ton of different Easter eggs there. We got the wizarding, the joke shop ad there. And this is, I think this is Ron Weasley. He does become an Auror after the movies, as does Harry Potter and Neville Longbottom. So all 3 of them become Aurors, and this is their 3 lockers. So that's pretty cool. And there's a ton of different little Easter eggs in there. If we look at the back here, it will have the HP for Harry Potter. That is Harry Potter's Auror locker, as he is working for the Ministry, hunting down evil wizards. All right, Auror training schedule. All right, so we're moving through. We got an Auror office here. Over there on the clipboard, we see a bunch of different clippings of Dolores. There on the far right, that first picture is Neville Longbottom's parents. That's right, Neville Longbottom's parents were Aurors. If you remember in the movies, they were tortured into insanity. They kind of delve deeper into that in the books, where they actually go visit. They visit them. Neville's actually there when they go to St. Mungo's, and that's where Neville's parents are, because they were tortured to insanity. I'm not sure who this guy right here is, but if you keep going a little bit further, we see Mad Eye Mooney, the renowned Auror that's no longer with us. That's why his painting is there, I guess, because he has passed on. And then over here, we see all the clippings of Dolores Umbridge, and they're all moving, and really cool, really cool. I really like all the details and everything. I can't wait to get in this queue myself, and there's probably so many Easter eggs we're not even catching here. I suspect there's something with that mirror if you look long enough, stuff like that. All right, and we are moving on. Like I said, this queue, it just keeps going and going. And we're moving into another room here. This looks like it has a bunch of Dolores Umbridge's belongings. A bunch of Dolores Umbridge's belongings are here. You can tell it all has like cats and stuff on it. As we know, she loves pink and she loves cats. And we're entering Dolores Umbridge's office here, and look at the detail in here. The ceiling, the roof, everything, and look at that animatronic house elf. It is very impressive. Look at the chandelier. All Dolores Umbridge's cat stuff. You got the duster over there, magically dusting. This just looks phenomenal. And that animatronic house elf looks fantastic. Only got one shoe, but it's very impressive. This is a super advanced animatronic. It looks really good. All right, so we're moving on. It looks like, if you look at the ceiling, it looks like this is well an air-conditioned area. So that's one thing. You know, the queue might be long, but hey, if you want to get out of that muggy, hot Florida weather, come in here, and it should be nice and cool in this queue. All right, so now when we get to here, we're actually going to be going up these stairs, and then we go around and go back down the stairs. So I'm not sure if we're going to be going under. Like if the ride, that has something to do with like going over the ride for the ride thing, but we get a couple more wanted posters here. The same ones, Yaxley, Caro. We do see McNair here, which that he was in the films also. And coming up, we do get a different one that we have not seen before. It's up here on the left. I don't know if we'll get a good look at it here, but it is Fenrir Greyback, and that is the werewolf. That is the werewolf that turned Lupin, when he was a boy, into a werewolf. And the Battle of the Ministry, he is the one who I believe, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I believe he attacks Bill Weasley, the oldest Weasley brother. And he kind of becomes, he doesn't fully turn into a werewolf, but does have some issues. All right, and so there we go. We got our first look at the ride vehicles there. All right, so there is the ride vehicles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It looks like it seats about 14 people. And if you watch, the next one's going to be coming in right away. I do think there's more than one loading area too for these. So while the queue's really long, I have a feeling you're going to keep moving through the queue pretty good. As you can see, you know, there's a lot of ride vehicles. They fill them up. A lot of people fit on a ride vehicle. So I feel like as long as there's no breakdowns, the line should keep moving pretty good on this. All right, and here we go. The time has come. We finally get to ride it. Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry of Magic. Let's check it out.
It's about time she stands before the Wizard Court. Well, this is quite the tailback.
Not surprising with everyone here for the trial. Hello? Are you going to the trial too?
Of course not. The whole Wizarding world wants to see justice served.
And we can't be late. I don't want to miss this.
Oh no, what's that? And we'll do what must be done for the greater good. To the time room. Yaxley, dispose of them.
With pleasure, miss. Fringo.
Detonators have attacked the ministry. Dolores Umbridge has escaped.
Arrest her.
Umbridge has escaped.
She's after a time turner again. We need to get to the time room.
They can help us. We must stop Miss Umbridge.
Warning. Death Eaters have attacked the Ministry Archives. Unexpected lift in the Ministry Archives. There she goes.
Hesitate will help.
Stupefy! You're after her. We won't let you stop us this time. Brazil!
Find Umbridge! You filthy monster!
Unexpected lift in the Department of Magical Creatures.
Stop, miss!
Incutters! Now's the time Turner's got. Finish!
Bloody hell! An eruption!
Don't upset her.
Too late for that! What? Hurry! Get to the time room! Let's get out of here before the lift explodes!
Now back to the time of Lord Voldemort. You're too late.
You can't use a broken time turner, miss!
Nonsense. Repellant.
Miss, look what you've done!
This is your fault.
The time room is breaking apart!
Get out of here. We'll deal with them. I will have order. How dare you try to stop me?
No! Miss, now Higgledy has your wand!
You must not tell lies, Professor! Order! Order!
Unhand me.
We brought you a present, Minister.
Dolores Jane Umbridge. For your crimes, you will spend the rest of your days in Azkaban.
This is an outrage.
Take her away!
You've done well, Higgledy. Dolores and this lot will move to Azkaban soon.
Where evil mistresses belong, Miss Granger. We all saved the ministry. Thank you, friends.
All right, and there you have it. What did you guys think of the ride? What did you guys think of the queue? Let me know in the comments.